You can tell me what to do. Know who you're talking to.
Let's fucking go, baby. Welcome back to this episode of Cope's Corner. I am your host, as always, Mike Copenaver, aka Real Mike. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all at the likes of KOPESKORNER. Stoked to be here. We'll talk about some UFC finally back in our lives after a 1 week hiatus. Thankfully, we had Bellator 273 last weekend. That was a little bit of fun. So hopefully you guys catched a little bit of bets on the leans that we had. So with that said, man, this weekend's event is UFC Fight Night Hermanson versus Sean Strickland. Man, I'm a huge Sean Strickland fan, so shout out to him. Firstly, I'd like to thank first sponsor of the show is Melon Brand Hats. It's MELIN. It's a luxury line of hats that my boy Brian McDonald talked about in high school, how he'd have a hat line like like nothing else. Luxury materials, intricate patterns, just really, really cool stuff. The one on my hat is waterproof. It's one of the Hydro editions. It's called the Clarity. It's super, super cool, man. They have ones for the winter that have earmuffs and to keep you warm. So make sure you go over there and give them some love. Secondly, I'd like to thank Spliff Seeds Amsterdam, SPLIFF Seeds. If you go to Google and look up lemon cream kush female, you'll see a picture of my MJ plant that I grew. It's also on the cover of a book on Amazon from a famous grower in the UK named Sean Prana. So with that said, man, I just can't thank them enough. And for and also fokaistuff.com, FOKAI stuff.com. It's Guamanian gear. Really cool stuff, man. My boy Rome from Guam, he came up with the island wear vibe. They have hats, beanies, baby blankets, just Hawaiian shirts, all kinds of really, really cool stuff. Islander shirts, not Hawaiians because they're from Guam. But yeah, I really appreciate all the sponsors, especially Stuart Sun from San Diego, one of the OG Undisputed Familia, Justin L from Vancouver, and every single one that makes the show possible and makes it what it is, man. So I'm stoked to have you guys all here with me. Hopefully, Mr. B, the MMA guy, will jump in the mix whenever he can get here with us. Last weekend with that Bader Bellator 273 of Bader versus Moldavsky, and man, Ryan Bader in the main event ended up edging unanimous decision over Valentine Moldavsky in 5 rounds. The young buck Valentine looked good, man, but he ended up gassing out towards the later end of the championship round. So Ryan Darth Bader ended up winning. So to anyone who cashed the bets on that I believe he was an underdog. So that was a cool one there. What's up, Kick Your Bass, my dude? Professional fisherman extraordinaire Ryan Richardson. Kick Your Bass on Twitter. Amazing dude. Appreciate you here. He's live on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the algorithm and analytics. What's crazy is that we had 336 views on last video. And of that, Google told me that only 93% were subscribed or constantly here. The other people are just kind of watching. So I appreciate you watching in the background, but I really appreciate if you just like and subscribe and just show a little bit of love. But my boy, Mr. B, the MMA guy, is in the house. How are you doing, my man, Mr. B?
Yo, I'm chilling. How are you?
I'm stoked to be here with you, man. Finally, we got some UFC in our life. Thankfully, we had some pretty exciting Bellator last weekend, and I was kind of going over just a few of the good fights that we saw. I went over
Yeah.
Bader. Bader ended up pulling it off over Moldavsky, which was pretty impressive in the championship rounds, huh, B?
Yeah, man. Props to him, man. I thought Moldavsky was gonna rule him, but he managed to turn it around and put that wrestling on him.
Yeah,
Like
and
really,
so
really surprising. Yeah.
ended up being a pretty good fight. I like the whole event that
Yeah.
Bellator put on. They showcased a lot of former UFC fighters and just really top class Bellator fighters, and then fighters from all over the world. Benson
Yep.
Smooth Henderson ended up getting a split decision over Islam Madamov. I kind of had Islam favored in my opinion, but at the split, so it can go either way. But Benson Smooth Henderson, he's a great family man, MMA pioneer. I know Mr. B was stoked to see him get that W.
Yeah, definitely
Hobby.
was.
So
Yeah, man. I was really happy to see him get that win.
Yeah, and then Henry Corrales took on Aiden Lee, and I told you the OGs they always come through, man. And Henry Corrales did that, but not without some kind of a controversy, a technical, an unintentional eye poke ended up going to a decision in the third round. So they had to score. The judges had to score the partial third round, but they still gave it to Henry Corrales because he was just tuning up Aiden Lee. In my opinion, Aiden Lee didn't want any more part of him, Hobby.
Nah, man. Um, no, Corrales did real good, man. It looked like Aiden Lee didn't want anymore. Corrales was catching up to him really, really fast, putting the striking and the wrestling together.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So
It
shout out
sucks,
to
but Aiden Lee really didn't want it, man.
Hey, once again, another OG, dude. Three OGs in a row cashed. I think they were all underdogs, right?
Yeah,
I
I think
believe
so.
Henry
Yeah,
Crowless was underdog. I know Benson was, and I know that I believe Ryan Bader was. But let me double check before I run my mouth about Benson Henderson. No, yeah, he was a big
I
underdog.
think,
He
yeah,
was
Benson
he was
was
a
there.
plus 360 underdog to 300 wherever you went. So yeah, man. If you guys listen to the show here, I have the rule. I back the OG versus the newcomer, and dude, it showed you here 3 fights in a row. The OG ended up winning here, Hubby.
Right,
So shout out to Benson
definitely.
Smooth Henderson for getting that win there. The other fight of the night, the only one I will talk about that was really fun to me was Enrique Barzola took on Darian Caldwell. And like I told you, Darian Caldwell had that quit in him, and he did exactly that. Looked decent, with a little bit of wrestling in the beginning, but TKO, KO, ground and pound, round 3. I know Caldwell was kind of crying about it, but he wasn't defending or doing anything, hubby.
Nah, man. That was messed up, man. It was kind of sad to see. Um, yeah, it was sad to see, man. But
So
he got ruled, man. He got
yeah.
ruled.
So
Had a
yeah, with that,
strong
Bellator had a freaking
opening, weak
Bellator had
close,
a great
man.
event, huh, man?
Yeah, really
So
liked it. Really liked it.
I hope we see some more stuff like this from Bellator in the future. But with that said, that was pretty much all the fights that I thought were pretty exciting. There was Chris Gonzalez as well took on Awad, and he ended up beating the OG. That was probably the only OG who fell that night, hubby.
Yeah, man.
It seemed like it. So shout out to Bellator for the Bellator 273 that ended up being really decent in my opinion, and I'm pretty picky. So the next topic will be what we are here for, and that's bets. All you degenerates out there have been waiting, and I've been waiting too. And I love just betting on MMA, especially UFC. Try not to touch Bellator too much because it gets a little hairy. My boy, Diehard MMA podcast, he'll tell you, dude, Bellator gets really, really weird. So with that said, UFC Fight Night Hermanson versus Strickland, UFC Vegas 47, aka as well. There's going to be some really good fights on this card, even though there won't be some huge names. The first fight of the night will be Malcolm Gordon is taking on Dennis Bonder. Malcolm X Gordon, 13-5. He's 31 years old. He's 5'7" with a 70-inch reach. He's on a one-fight win streak, fighting out of London, Ontario. He last took on Francis Figueredo Light, as I call him. He won a unanimous decision, which I said he would. I believe we bet him even on the show because I always fade
Yeah.
Francisco Figueredo Light. I just don't believe in him at all. He's kind of like Shevchenko Light. I have a couple lights that I have, and he's one of them. He beat Francisco Figueredo.
Yeah,
Like
he
we
did.
said, sorry. Then he lost to Majuri Sue and then Amir Albazi. Straight punches, then triangle. So he's been finished multiple times. This dude, Denny Bonder, he calls himself the Psycho. I fucking love the nickname. I love when people want to actually go for the kill, and he's one of them. He's 16-3. He's 29 years old. He's 5'6". The reach is not listed. It's a 14-fight win streak. There isn't a lot of stuff on this dude, but if you look at the tape, this dude has some sick ground and pound. Some even when he's in someone's guard, he throws vicious elbows, very reminiscent of the old Tito Ortiz or maybe Matt Hughes even. Dude, last fight he took on a dude. He beat him by rear naked choke round 1, and then the dude before that armbar round 3, and then another one punches round 1. The only thing that I could say is that his record is a little bit padded with some competition that even Malcolm Gordon would have looked really, really good with. But I like Malcolm. I like Dennis Bonder here. I think that he's going to actually dominate Malcolm Gordon, and I think Malcolm Gordon is going to end up getting worked. Dennis Bonder right now, Vegas has him as a negative 260 favorite, a plus negative 270 favorite on 5 dimes, a plus 230 comeback for the OG Malcolm Gordon. Normally, I'd pick the OG like I always talk about, but this is one of those cases where he's not OG enough, doesn't have enough gas in the tank, and Malcolm Gordon has showed himself to be finished on multiple occasions. So I like Denny's Bonder here. I think that this dude is the real deal. If you watch some of his tape, super fun to watch. Right now, let's see, 5 times has Bonder wins inside distance at -115. I actually like Dennis Bonder here, man. I want to bet on him, but the -115 is not good enough value. I was gonna throw down the inside the distance prop on him, but the as the show and the week went on, it went from plus money to -115 now. So I don't really like the number, but I like Bonder wins inside distance. What do you say, B?
I think Bonder could get it done with the submission, with the possible submission.
Nice.
I think
Yeah,
I can see that. Yeah, Malcolm Gordon is somewhat of it's like a slower type start. It's rare you see him strong at the end. He did try to use his wrestling, but I think Bondar may get him within the fight. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's my advice on the fight. I like Bonder a lot. I think he's actually really aggressive, and I like his fighting style. I don't like the money line really. It's a little bit swole, but I do think that he cashes quite easily. But that's just my opinion. The next fight of the night is Jason Witt versus Philip Rowe. You want to jump into this one first, B? Because I got a bet on this one.
All right, cool. All right, so we got Jason Witt. The Vanilla Gorilla Jason Witt. This guy, man. Oh God. 19-7. 30. Yeah. 35 years old. Coming out of Kansas City, Missouri. Was it 5'10", 70-inch reach. Coming out of Glory MMA. That's that James Krause there. He won his last fight by a majority decision against Brian Barberina. But before that, he got KO'd with the counter right by Max Lemelsberger in about 16 seconds in the first round.
We bet
He
on
beat
that.
Cole Williams before that. But then he lost to Takashi Sato, ground and pound, 48 seconds in the round one after getting caught with a left hand, a straight left. It's funny because when I did that stream, I actually called that shit. But yeah, man. He's a good wrestler. He kind of reminds me a little bit of like Matt Hughes wise. But his striking, his stand up, like defensively, it's kind of awkward, man. Then we got the Fresh Prince, Philip Rowe.
Yeah, baby.
He's 8-3, 31 years old, 6'3" with an 80.5-inch reach. That is big time. Out of
Big.
Brooklyn, New York, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn in the
Representing
house.
Fusion Excel Performance, definitely, man. His last fight, he did some grappling bouts, but his last fight was against a Ryan Kosi. He lost. Well, he won. I mean, he won in the second round with punches. If you remember that was like a back and forth fight there. Before that, he lost to Gabe Green by unanimous decision. Yeah, and then he beat Leon Shabazian. Who's that dude? Edmund Shabazian's brother. Yeah, he beat that guy on the Contender Series back in 2019. Philip Rowe is pretty good. He has that reach. He has his striking, but his submission skills are the creepiest part of his skill set.
Mm-hmm.
His submissions are pretty damn solid, man. He got a good amount of those things. He slips them from out of nowhere. He has a tough chin, pretty solid chin on him. We're gonna see a lot of grappling between these two. I think Philip Rowe may get the best of Jason Witt, though. That's what I feel. I think that Philip Rowe. I think Philip Rowe may get the best of him on the stand up and somehow, some way, sinking in a submission or possibly catching him.
The thing with this fight here is Jason Witt has no chin at all. he folds. I mean, faster than a deck of cards in Vegas after the house takes your money, man. I mean, it's not to be too disrespectful, but I mean, I've been disrespectful for Jason Witt, and I'm gonna hold you and save it for you. But he beat Brian Barberina by wrestle fucking him last time, pretty much. Didn't give him a chance to get it off, and Brian Barberina's kind of been all over the place, so I don't even care about that. But Matt Selzenberger, we bet Matt Selzenberger to beat Jason Witt here on my show, and it was easy money. Right, counter right, round one in 16 seconds. It was so fast, I fucking loved it. But man, if Matt Selzenberger can land a straight left or straight right on you, a counter right, you better believe that Philip Rowe, with that huge reach, he could clip you on your chin. It doesn't even need to be that hard, but if he clips you and then hits you multiple times Diaz style, Philip Rowe not only TKO KO this motherfucker, he'll put him on the ground and rear naked choke him faster than fast. So I love this fight. I love quitters, and Jason Witt reminds me of one of those dudes. So I'm throwing down on Philip Rowe here. The odds makers have him right now. Let me see what we got on 5 dimes. On 5 dimes, we have a negative 122. So I'm throwing down $122, 1.22 units on Philip Rowe's money line to beat Jason Witt. You have to beat me, Jason Witt. I need you to prove that for 15 minutes, your chin cannot be hit. I mean, yes, Jason Witt can get Philip Rowe down, but can he get him down so many times in the 15 minutes that he doesn't get clipped in his chin by Philip Rowe in the 80+ inch reach? I don't think so. So I'm throwing down 1.22 units. So let's go, Big B. The
Word.
next fight of the night is Danilo Marquez taking on Jelton Almeida. Danilo Marquez, he's 11-3. He's 36 years old. He's 6'6" with a 77.5-inch reach. He's got a one-fight losing streak. Fight out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Shout out to the Brazilian barbecue, baby. You know that Brazilian steakhouse. The last time he fought Kennedy and Zekchu and lost by punches, standing KO, round 3. And Kennedy's pretty tough and really a specimen. He's young. I can't really fault him on that, and you get tired in round 3. So it is what it is. Then he beat Mike Rodriguez, who was, some of us were pretty high on by rear naked choke round 2. So Danilo Marquez has a decent ground game. If he's going to win this fight, it's most likely going to be on the ground, or he wants to get it on the ground. That's usually how his path to victory is. But Jelton Almeida, he's 30 years old. He's 6'3" with a 79-inch reach. This dude's 9-fight win streak. Also fighting out of Brazil. This dude last won by rear naked choke round 2, rear naked choke in a grappling match, rear naked choke in a grappling match. This dude's grappling all the time. So now we have Daniil Marquez, his path to victory. Most of his wins are either by decision or by submission, and so he's not going to get that here. Jelton Almeida is going to whoop this dude. He's younger, stronger, I think better jiu-jitsu. But, I mean, the odds makers right now have it so far out. Negative 425 for the newcomer Almeida, who's never fought in the UFC, versus Danilo Marquez, who's fought in the UFC and has some veteran skill, plus 315 comeback. So if you don't bet, that means you got to put $425 to make $100 on JP Almeida. That means on the plus 315, you put $100, you get an extra 315, so 415 back. I can't bet Danilo Marquez here because he needs to get this on the ground, and the submission is what he
Yeah.
needs. And I feel like Jetson Almeida is stronger. He probably has the better game plan on the ground, and he hasn't been finished. So I'm going with Almeida. I see the negative 425 price tag. It's too high. I'm not foxing with it. But what do you say, B?
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on this one, man. I don't like Marquez. He moves slow, man. He moves slow. Almeida is quick with
Yep.
his submissions, quick with his striking. He has some KO, TKO wins under his belt, but he moves pretty damn fast with everything he does, pretty much. He's quick with as I said, quick with the transitions, the positioning, getting the submission. You know what I mean? And he can get things done on the feet a lot better than Marquez. We've seen Marquez fight in the UFC, and those fights are just slow paced, slow moving, man. Even
Yep.
when he's won, he's been in a slow paced, slow moving fight. Um,
Yeah, you can't trust them almost.
yeah, it's very awkward, man. And then so I'm definitely gonna ride with Almeida on this one here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
almost a no brainer. Once again, I want to shout out to all the viewers right now that are on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook. I really appreciate you all. If you're on YouTube, and really please like and subscribe. It really helps the algorithm and everything and analytics for the show. Can't say it enough,
Facts.
but I really, really appreciate you guys being here with me and Mr. B as we rip through what will be our bets for this weekend's UFC. Let's fucking go, baby.
Yes.
For the next fight of the night, I'm
Yes.
gonna let you get into first with Alexis Davis versus Julia Stolarenko.
Yeah,
That
Julia
first,
Storyalenko, yeah.
that first name is weird, bro. But I'm sorry.
I know it's spelled weird, but yeah.
Get it, baby. Get it.
Cool, man. Alligator Alexis Davis, man. 20 and
Alligator.
11.
Alligator. Good job, dude.
Yo, this girl has been in the game for like the longest. One of the unsung pioneers of women's MMA, man. 37 years old, 5'6" with a 68-inch reach, representing that Ontario, Canada, man. Port was it? Colborne, yeah, Port Colborne, Ontario, Canada. Up in Caesar Gracie Jiu Jitsu, all day Caesar Gracie, man.
Yeah, baby.
Nate Diaz, Scrap Pack, all them folks, Caesar Gracie. Yeah, man. Last fight she had, it was a decision loss against Penny Kanzad. Was a really tough fight. Was going 1-1. Kanzad managed to pull through in that last round, man. But she did pick up a win before that against Sabina Mazo. Poor Sabina. Then she was on a 3-fight losing streak, and in flyweight, women's flyweight, losing to Viviane Araujo, Jennifer Maya, and Kaylin Chukagian by decision. Um, the girl got her striking has been improving a little, somewhat, a little bit. It's advanced. I'll say that it's advanced over the years. Before she used to have these slow type strikes, but now she moves a lot better. She's a little bit more aggressive with her striking.
I
She
was gonna
comes in
say
with the
sorry.
clinches.
I was gonna say sorry. I had my mic off. I was gonna let's not bullshit. Both these girls stand up are pretty suspect, right, B?
Um, Davis's is somewhat. Storyalenko, however, is a little bit better than Davis here in the striking department. She
True.
has power. She has power. Storyalenko does. 28 years old, 5'7", 69-inch reach. Is the 9-5-1 Julija Storyalenko representing Lithuania. Shout out to Big Baller Brand. Was it LeVar Ball? Lithuania. But not Lithuania. That's where Rose Namajunas is from, right? If I remember correctly. I think. Right? Is
I
she?
think so.
Yeah.
Lithuania.
Um Lithuania, yeah.
Yep. You're right.
She had her last fight, she lost on third round to Julia Avila. I can't wait till she comes back. She lost to Yana Kunitskaya, unanimous decision. That was that horrendous fight where Yana landed like over 100 strikes in the clinch. She literally just clinched with this girl and beat her off a clinch against the cage. That shit was ridiculous. But she beat Lisa Verzosa for that title in Invicta Fighting Championships. Um, and then she fought Miriam Tatunashvili. There you go. In the King of Kings, that's overseas. Um, with an armbar, 20 seconds. Storyalenko could strike. Let's get it good. Let's get it down fast. Storyalenko could strike. They hype her with her submission game and this armbar, but her submission game is not really all that as crazy as people want it to be.
Seriously.
It's
Yeah.
just that she takes advantage. She takes advantage of the bad positionings that her opponents give her. You know what I mean? So then she whips out that armbar. Other than that, she can strike. She has heavy striking. She has pretty solid power in her strikes. She has pretty good technique, but her IQ is a little bit on and off. I'm gonna say that. Um, she should come in here and get those strikes and be really well enough to handle Alexis Davis. But I feel a little uneasy in this one. I'm gonna take Davis on this fight, man. I think Davis is gonna manage to rough her up a bit, try to get her in the clinch as well, tire her out, take her to the ground, beat her up a little bit here and there, and ride this one to a decision. That's how I feel. That's how
Yeah,
I
no,
feel.
you couldn't have said it any better, man. I'm glad you brought up Stolarenko's better striking because I'll shit on both of them for how bad both of them I think are, but it is what it is. This the it's like so right off the bat, I like if you said, "Hey, gun to your head, who you picking?" Davis. Davis is winning. She's the OG. She's been there in the war. She's been there in the trenches. She knows what to do when things get rough. Gets the girl on the
Yeah,
ground, but you know, she's really flat-footed. She comes forward. She's very hittable. She kind of reminds me of the movie or Texas Chainsaw Massacre when you see rubber face or leather face. Leather face, all the face all messed up. That's what Alexis Davis' face looks like to me. She's been in the game so long that her face has been minced up. She looks like Leatherface off of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the freaking scary guy. But but the negative 240 price tag on this girl, negative 240, bro. Alexis Davis, who what, dude? When's the last time that she's won? What she do?
last time she won was like
Sabrina
versus,
Mazo, Sabrina Mazo,
yeah, it
right?
was
But
Mazo.
and
Yeah,
then she lost four. So she's won one
3
of
in a
four.
row. Yeah,
One of four, right?
yeah,
Now,
yeah,
Sabrina Mazo is pretty Gumby, really terrible wrestling, wants to strike, but doesn't, so that was a good matchup for Alexis Davis, right? I'm
yeah.
kind of concerned here for the stand-up of Alexis Davis versus Julia. Like, how do you pronounce Julija? Please, someone on YouTube, on Twitter, Facebook, tell me how to pronounce Jul Ija. I don't know. That's not Julia. That girl. So yeah, that sounds about as right as I don't know. So Julia right now -2. So she's the underdog. I can't put my money down on Alexis Davis in this spot here. So it's dog or pass. I'm picking Alexis Davis, like I told you, but I'm not putting the money. I couldn't see why you would put -240 on her. She's not worth that money unless she submits her or finishes her. And I don't think she's going to do that. So dog or pass. And then I talked way too much about that woman's fight. The next fight of the night is Mark Andre Barrialt is taking on Chidi Njokuani, former Bellator OG. Mark Andre Barrialt called himself Power Bar, 13-4, 31 years old, 6'1" with a 73-inch reach. He's on a 2-fight win streak, fighting out of Quebec City, Quebec, Canada. That's probably the best anyone's ever said Canada because no one gets hyped on that country. He last fought Dolce Langumbala, who is really really powerful but has a terrible gas tank. He won by unanimous decision. We know, good on him. He was bigger, stronger. He ended up having a better gas tank. Then he beat Abu Azatar, ground and pound round 3. But then he lost to Jong Young Park, Christoph Jocko, and Andrew Sanchez. Uh, Pretty decent names there here, so you can't really hate on the people that Andre Barrial has lost to. So he's been here. He's lost to some decent competition. And then we got Chitty. Chitty, chitty, bang, bang, baby. And I didn't even make that up. I didn't just get to say that. 20-7, 33 years old. He's 6'3", 80-inch reach, 2-fight win streak, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, baby. Shout out to my papa over there in Henderson, Nevada. He last took on Mario Souza and won ground and pound round 3 on the Contender Series to make his way into the UFC. Then he beat at LFA 91, knees to the body and punches round 2, Christian Torres. But then he lost to Rafael Cavallo, and then he lost to John Salter by rear naked choke over there in Bellator. So this dude's pretty wild, pretty good, pretty experienced. Has some, he's got long reach. He's got some really bony knees, so he lands those knees, lands punches, lands kicks really well. If he doesn't get smothered, he usually ends up doing a pretty decent job. But he's taken on Mark Andre Barrial, who's he's kind of been here with some of the best of them, and it's kind of hard. What do the odds makers have this on right now? Odds makers have Andre Barrial. It's like it's -125 on 5 dimes and plus 105 for Chitty. I like Chitty's striking, and I just like him in general. I don't know if that's just me just wanting to like him, but I have to go with Mark Andre Barrial here. I think Mark Andre Barrial has shown me enough. He's been in there with some of the best of them, and it's almost a bet. If I can get plus money on Mark Andre Barrial, I will fire that bet for Coke's Corner. Stay tuned to my Twitter later this week. So subscribe Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, and stay tuned, baby. But I think I'm gonna fire on Mark Andre Barrial. I'm not sure, but just wait. If I get plus money, what do you say, B?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this one for months, literally months when they announced it, because this dude Chitty's improved, man. He's shown a lot of patience and he's developing a little bit of this extra grappling game. More so before he used to be more the striker, but now he's developing a bit of a grappling game using patience, and it's been working well for him. With that said, though, Marc Andre Barrios has fought the best, some of the best in the UFC. He has more of that UFC experience, and the way he goes about fighting fights, man, you gotta have cardio to deal with that, man. Um, so if the case for me to really decide, Chidi's gonna have a strong first round or so, first and a half.
Yeah, kind of gasses, right?
Andre's gonna really go after that man. Andre could do it for 3 rounds. And I believe Andre will try to grind that man out. He will definitely look to grind that man out for 3 rounds. Yeah. So I'll lean towards Marc Andre Barrios. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like I said, if I can get slight plus money on Marc Andre Burial, I will. We're gonna be firing it on there, and so just stay tuned to my Twitter. I fire sometimes on like in the weigh-ins. If I see a little bit of nervousness from Chitty, if I see something on the weight I don't like, things change. It's Wednesday and things change fast in MMA. We have matchup one day, and then one day you don't, huh, B? So
Word.
just stay tuned if you want to make to stay to if you want those bets and you really do like making money and don't quite know what you want to do. The next fight of the night, I'll let you to get into first. B, it's going to be a good one. Both these guys are super athletic. They kind of represent the best of Canada and America right now, just in the sense of like young talent. Mike Trezano's taking on Hakeem Dawadu. Let me
Yes.
get into it, B. Hey, B, I'm also
Cool,
going to grab
man.
a drink, so elaborate, all right?
All right, cool, no problem.
I got to get the tequila and orange juice. I'll be back.
All right. So we got me and Hakeem Dawodu, man. 12-2-1. This man representing Canada, 30 years old, 5'8" with the 72-inch reach, representing Champions Creed martial arts, man, out there up in Canada. Um, wait, okay. Uh, yeah, my bad. I have to check out something real quick. Yeah, man. Been really good. One of the guys who's been more on fire. One of the dark horses of the division. I really like him and his kickboxing. You know what I mean? Bit of that aggression here and there. Um, he's been a little bit. Took a little slide, somewhat. Last fight he fought Movsar Evloev, where he lost by unanimous decision. Then again, that is the Grim Reaper of the division so far. Movsar out here looking like a featherweight Fedor. That guy's scary,
Seriously,
man.
he's like a little
Still
Khabib too.
undefeated. Yeah,
Yeah,
little Khabib, little Fedor. Yeah, man. Really scary little Russian man, but he's out there. Before that, he was on a hot streak, beating Subaru Turkogov by a split decision, beating Julio Arce by a split decision. Two of those fights were really epic. Both of those fights were epic. Yoshinori Hori knocked that man out in the third round. Kyle Bachniak had that crazy fight there with the split decision, and Austin Arnett won that by unanimous decision. Um, the kid, the guy is good, man. The guy is good. Really good striking. Um, I love his kickboxing. I'd like to see him grapple a little bit more, just a little bit more, if anything. But he's really good. He's really, really good. But he's just been. I mean, I always wanted to see him fight Sadiq Youssef, but we gotta wait and see, I guess, right? So
yeah,
he's
for
going
sure.
up against the lone wolf. Yeah, he's going up against the lone wolf, Mike Trezano, 9-1, man. 30 years old, 5'11" with the 71-inch reach, representing New Jersey, man. Tiger Schulman's mixed martial arts. Um, really dope school. Uh, there's one out here, actually downtown. Um, catch that joint, it's pretty fire. Tiger Schulman's, I won't lie. Tiger Schulman's that spot is pretty dope. But I digress. Last fight, he fought Ludovic Klein, won that by unanimous decision. That was last year. He lost to Grant Dawson by rear naked choke. That was a little while back. Other than that, he beat Luis Pena by split decision. He beat Joe Giannetti by a split decision. Um, he fought a couple of exhibition bouts. But and he was on Bellator, but he was winning. Winning fights here. Mike Trezano is a tough SOB, bro. Really, really tough guy, man. Hard to get him wrapped up in jiu-jitsu. He'll pull out some jiu-jitsu, wrestling up on you. He keeps a crazy pace,
What
man.
up,
And
Hunter?
just when you think he's down, he'll come right back. He'll come right back after you, man. It's really, really amazing to see. Um, with that said, though, I think as much as I like Dawoodu, and I think Dawoodu's striking would be a little bit crazy, Chisano's too tough of a mofo, bro.
Yeah,
He's
good
too tough of a
jujitsu.
mofo.
Good jujitsu.
He's gonna come in there with that jujitsu. He's gonna go in there and try to grapple the head off of freaking Hakeem Dawoodu. He's gonna put pressure on that man for 3 rounds, and I'm not sure if Dawoodu is gonna really be able to take that. Pretty much,
Yeah,
I
nah,
might go with Chisano. Yeah,
nice, nice. I love when my boy B agrees with me. This fight is going to be an absolute treat to watch. You know, Hakeem Dawodu, super athletic, super explosive, really fun to watch. For him, you know, like I said, he needs to have, he kind of needs space to get off his game plan. Mike Trezano is a BJJ black belt, really good wrestling. He's not the type of guy that would give you space, and he's also been training at Tiger Schulman's, so his striking is just getting better and better. And he's young, man. This dude's smart. He's just everything I like to see in a young fighter, and so this is going to be one of my other bets of the night. I'm throwing down on this dude, and right now the odds are Mike Trezano at a plus 150 on Bovada. Let me see what Five Dimes has him at. Five Dimes has him at plus 155. So you got plus 155 on Five Dimes. You got plus 150 on Bovada. So I'm throwing down one. I'm throwing down 1 unit on Mike Trezano to beat Hakeem. It's not that
cool.
Hakeem's bad. It's not that
No,
Hakeem doesn't have the skills. It's just that Hakeem's going to need space to get off his game plan. And I just don't think that Mike Trezano is the type of dude to be slept on. I think that he can not only just hug him for 3 rounds, take him down repeatedly, give him constant no space, and make Hakeem Dawodu breathe heavy and just be constant pressuring. Probably win a unanimous decision over Hakeem because Hakeem's super tough, or possibly get a possible submission. That Mike Trezano is that good on the ground, so don't sleep on him at all. So plus 150, I'm throwing down $100. 1 unit on Mike Trezano, the underdog, to do the damn thing, baby. I can't fucking
cool.
wait for that fight. It's gonna be really, really good. Next fight of the night is Miles John versus John Castaneda. Castaneda. Miles El Chapo or Chapo Johns is 12-1. He's 27 years old. He's 5'7" with a 68-inch reach. He's on a 2-fight win streak. Fights out of Fortis MMA from Dallas, Texas. Baby, shout out to the Texas barbecue. Shit's the best. It's really, really good. Last took on
Yeah.
Anderson Dos Santos, won by overhand right, round 3. Anderson Dos Santos had a really, really poor gas tank, so he kind of, catch him in those later rounds. But he also caught Kevin Navidad round 3 uppercut, so it's not something. He's got the power late in the rounds. Does Miles John? He lost to Mario Bautista before that, flying knee to ground and pound round 2. Uh, Mario Batista's pretty good, but I also think that was just kind of a fluke moment there for the Miles John got caught with. But John Castaneda has called himself Sexy Mexi, baby. Hell yeah. 18-5, 30 years old. He's 5'6" with a 69-inch reach. He's on a 1-fight win streak fighting out of Minnesota. To be honest, bro, I don't know who the F you train with in Minnesota that you're going to get looks like a guy like Miles John and the likes, but this dude, John's tough. Really, really good striking. He last beat the veteran OG Eddie Wineland punches in round 1. Super impressive. Then he lost to Nathaniel Wood, who a lot of people were really, really high on Nathaniel Wood. He lost unanimous decision. Then he beat Marcelo Rojo, arm triangle round 3. Then he lost a couple split decisions before that. So this dude doesn't seem to quit. Got a good gas tank. Really, really, I like this kid, John Castaneda. It's a lot of fun. Right now, the odds makers have John as a plus 165 underdog, negative 190 Miles John. Man, if John can keep this thing standing and get off his game plan, I think he could possibly end up winning this fight. Close bet here, but I mean, like, man, Miles John is no slouch as well. But what do you think, B?
Mm. John Castaneda does have hands.
Yeah,
That
he's
guy
mean.
is nasty. He's underrated. He is mean. I am taking Miles Johns though. I've made up my decision since I've seen this fight was going to be made on this card. I'm taking Miles Johns, man. Miles Johns is something. He's something else, man. That dude can wrestle. He can lock you down. That's the thing with Miles. He can lock you down, and he's getting better with his hands. So I am definitely going to look to take Miles Johns on this one. Won't be surprised if Castaneda can make this rough and nasty, but I am taking Miles Johns though
Yeah,
because of the way Johns operates. I like
and
it.
so like this would be an automatic bet if Miles Johns had no grappling, if he wasn't really good on the ground, but he is. He also
Yeah,
has some veteran experience, and so that's what makes me not fire. I just rather not fire on something like that where a guy like Miles John is no slouch, but negative 200 Miles John, negative plus 160 John Castaneda. I think that John could probably get that done, but it's going to be a really exciting fight, and that's the last fight I believe on the preliminary card. The
yes,
next fight of the night is going to be pure violence, even though one of them is more violent than the other. And it's Steven Peterson versus Julian E. Rose. I'm going to let you get into it first, B, because I got a bet on it.
sure, man. Jesus Christ, this fight, Lord. Let's go, man. Juicy J, Julian Arosa, 26-9, man. 32 years old, 6'1", with a 74.5-inch reach. Represent Yakima, Washington. Well, represent Washington, but affiliated with that Yakima MMA. Um, last
Hey,
fight he had was back
that's not Pena's coach, right?
Yakima.
Yeah, because is it Pena from Washington originally, or was that just Chiesa blown her for a while? Wasn't she from the
Nah,
West?
nah. It's somewhere out there, but not that
Okay,
gym. It's a
all
different
right,
gym.
sorry to interrupt. All right,
Yeah, it's
I
okay,
just don't
no
like Pena.
problem.
I don't like Pena. It makes me sick.
Last time we seen this man a Rosa fight, he beat Charles Jourdain last year with the Darce choke, man, in round
Sick,
3, and that
sick.
crazy fight. That was one of those top fights from last year, man. Sung Woo Choi he lost against. Sung Woo caught that man sleeping with that left hook, ground and pound in round 1. Then he beat Nate Landwehr with the flying knee. Remember, under a minute,
Yep.
fought that man last year too. Sean Woodson, he beat Sean Woodson with the Darce choke during
Dude,
2020, man, in the
Sean
third round.
Woodson. Speaking of Sean Woodson, I've never seen a dude so tall, so big for his weight class. Dude, I got chicken legs, motherfucker got stick legs, bro. Sorry for that.
That shit is insane. Yeah, he got long legs and a small torso. That is nuts. But other than that, man, Julian Arosa came through from what was it when he was on the Ultimate Fighter a few years back. He got cut. He came back, got cut, came back, and is making the best out this run. The dude's tough, man. Strong chin, willing to throw down with people. Sneaky, little sneaky submissionist though. He has these little sneaky subs. He loves that darts of his, man. Slips that thing out of nowhere. Um, catch you sleeping, man. Catch you lacking. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Really good though. Really good guy, but he's been susceptible to getting knocked out. I mentioned this because he's going up against Steven Peterson.
Yep.
And Steven Peterson, Mr. Ocho, Jesus Christ, that name.
Yep.
19-9, man. Probably one of the most ridiculous tattoos I've ever seen a dude have, but he got it though. 31 years old, five
Oh,
foot
Mel
ten with the
B. I
70-inch
love
reach.
you, Mel B. I'm so sorry. I love you. I'm so happy to see you. Love prayers to your
Out of
mama in
Redondo
heaven.
Beach, California.
Sorry, B.
Hey, Mel. Nah, man. You gotta show love to Mel, man.
We haven't seen
Gotta
Mel
show
in a
love to
while. We
Mel.
haven't seen our wonderful lady from down under in a while. So, Mel B, you are the most beautiful, wonderful lady ever. I wish you the best. Sorry, B.
Most definitely. Nah, man. Nah, man. Uh, as we said, from Redondo Beach, Florida, California. I said Redondo Beach. Train number 4 this, yep. Out of Texas there. Last fight he fought Chase Hooper. That was last year. Remember how that fight went? Chase Hooper was trying to go for submissions. Peterson kept beating him up, pushing him off, control top position, and try to get this guy to stand up again. Before that, he knocked out Martin Bravo with a spinning back fist in the second round. Bravo, you're an idiot. I don't understand that. This man literally gave you the warning flags that he's gonna throw a spinning back fist. He knocks you. Anyway, before that, he lost to Alex Caceres and Luis Pena unanimous decision. And he beat Matt Bissett on the Ultimate Fighter finale, the Mangler. Straight up, Steven Peterson is a tough cat, man.
Hell
He
yeah.
don't believe in really moving backwards. He moves forward. He's willing to take a shot to throw a shot. Um, Takedown defense. He got pretty decent takedown defense. He will go for the occasional takedown, but he likes to handle a lot of his stuff, man, on the feet. He has his submission skills as well. I look at this fight a little bit more even than most people probably would. Um, Even though Arosa, I think, has a bit more fights. Yeah, he has a bit more fights than Peterson. Um, this is a tough fight to gauge, man. I want to say Julian Arosa is going to come in here and fight this smart fight and not, fall into Peterson's web. But Arosa is willing to take those chances. And he might get caught by Peterson, man. I think Arosa got to go in here, strike good, go for the occasional takedown, keep Peterson on his back, and just manage to ride this out or try to get that late TKO submission win. He could get a decision as well, but he really has to be careful or Peterson will put him away, man.
Yeah.
But I'm going to risk it and say, I want to say Arosa. I want to say it, but I'm still nervous, man. I'm undecided. I'll say that. I'm undecided right now.
That's all good. I got a straight pick for it, baby. I'm all over Steven Peterson. If these two motherfuckers met in the alley and then one of them had to walk out, fucking Steven Peterson would smoke Julian Rosa and leave him there in his soul lifeless in an alley all day. There's no fucking anything else to say. Julian Rosa, I mean, mind you, he's been here for a long time. I'll give him the respect of that. He's proven me wrong a few times. He's been, he's out of the UFC and then back, and then he's proven himself. But negative 315, proving yourself? Oh, fuck no, bro. I'm not short memory. I don't have dementia. You can't pull that shit on me, bro. I know you're chinnier than a chinny chin chin. Like chin 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 chiroo. That's Julian Rosa, and Steven Peterson is gonna land on that jaw. Right now, Bovada has Steven Peterson at plus 240. I'm throwing down $100 on Steven Peterson. I don't believe it. Julian Rosa, you got to prove it to me that you're really that badass, and I really, really don't believe that you can take them things from Steven Peterson because you've been proven to multiple times that you can get knocked out. So plus 240, I'm throwing down $100, one unit on Steven Peterson, and that don't even stop there. Right now, they have Steven Peterson by KO, TKO, plus 700. Plus 700.
Wow.
The Steven Peterson catching that motherfucker on his jaw are better than me getting laid tonight. I'll tell you that, all right?
Wow.
Now, Steven Peterson plus 700. I'm throwing it down. I just got to. $100. I'm throwing it. One unit on Steven Peterson by KO, TKO. Prove it that you can take them things from my boy Steven Ocho Peterson. So, two bets just on one dude. One unit money line plus 240. Let's fucking do the damn thing for Steven Peterson. Then I got one unit, $100 on the KO TKO prop on Bovada plus $700. I believe Steven Peterson can smoke this dude on his chin and send him night. So let's fucking go, baby. Till next week, we'll figure out how it do. And then we walk right in. What's up?
I was gonna say that plus 240 is crazy,
dude.
First of all, that plus 240 is crazy.
The plus 240 is crazy, and then the plus 700 is crazy, bro. He'll smoke you in your bitch ass chin, Julian.
Jeez. I said that fight is a lot closer than what people would think, man. And they said plus.
Hey, like Master P would tell you, you ain't bowdy. You ain't bowdy. Rosa gonna get it. Telling you about it. So New No Limit Soldier, baby. We're sending out Steven Peterson Ocho to do the damn thing. Normally don't bet 2 units on one fighter, but I don't give a fuck, baby. I do the odds are off. We've been successful many times, and Julian Rosa is chinnier than fucking chin, man. So the next fight of the night is my absolute bet, my favorite fight of the night. It's a fight that I've been waiting for since the tough season finale that didn't go on between Brian Battle versus Tresson Gore. Tresson Gore is an absolute stud. He's only 3-0. He called himself Mr. Vicious. He took a little bit of time off, and he also got a little injury. That's why he couldn't do the Ultimate Fighter finale. So he's 27 years old, 6 foot. There's no reach listed, but let me tell you, the reach is longer than from me to you, and you could be in another fucking state because this dude is a beast. He's 8 wins in a row. This dude's from South Carolina, so shout out to the Southern Barbecue, baby. There's nowhere better. He last took on Gilbert Urbina and won by KO TKO round 2. Ryder Newman, unanimous decision. Then he choked out Christian Ackles. This was 2 of those were on the Ultimate Fighter. The other one was on AFC 5. I absolutely love Tresson Gore. I watched the whole Ultimate Fighter season, and this dude talked about how I believe it was his grandmother came to him in a dream, and she told him, a specific message. And I really love angels. I love energy, and I love the fact that Tresson was so open about it, and it actually happened. He ended up winning and going through to the finals, but he ended up getting hurt. So finally, we're gonna see him take on Brian Battle. And now, not to be, Pooh Baron on Brian Battle. That's his nickname. So don't act like I'd made it up. His name's Pooh Bear. His nickname Pooh Bear. 6-1, 27 years old, and he's 6'1" with a 77-inch reach. 7-fight win streak. The dude, he was really fat at one point, and he slimmed down, and now he's probably got a good body. It's a real inspirational story. I fucking love Brian Battle. There's nothing against him as a person, his story, his movement, everything that he got him here to this. But when it comes to pure athleticism, when it comes to brute strength, Tresson Gore has got him all day. I don't even know, maybe slight height by 1 inch that Brian Battle has on him. But I'm telling you, dude, Tresson Gore is the real deal. That he didn't get to showcase it in the season, so not everyone's gonna be familiar with him. But I love Tresson Gore. Right now they got him at a negative 165 favorite plus 135 comeback. I think the line's fair. I think it's pretty equal. I'm gonna throw down 1.65 units on the true Ultimate Fighter Season 29 champion Tresson Gore to be crowned. So 1.65 units going on my boy Tresson. Prove it wrong, Battle. We going to war. What's up, B?
Damn. Man said Tresson, dog. Gotta agree with you right there, man.
Hey,
I had Tresson Gore. I believe Tresson Gore was gonna win the whole that season of Tough,
from the
man.
beginning. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That dude he is tough. He is legitimately tough, man. That dude is real. He seems like a total sincere dude on the show. He fights with his heart, man. Shows his heart, shows his skills. I love his leg kicks, man. That kid kicks.
Like
he kicks like he's been training Muay Thai for like 2-3 years.
Yep. Like a
it's
mule.
insane.
Insane.
Yeah. His leg kicks are insanely strong, man. Not for nothing though. Brian Battle he's showing his toughness there. You know what I mean? He got rocked bad. He made that comeback to win. He has an awkward style with the stand up. And I feel he's gonna look to try to go for these takedowns. And I think that's where Tresson Gore is gonna look to land a lot of those leg kicks. He's gonna work that leg, man, for as much as he can. You know what I mean? Go in there, work behind that jab. I like his stand up. And get that, that takedown defense up. I know he's been practicing his jiu-jitsu. I'm not sure where he's at. Him and Brian Battle, I don't know where their jiu-jitsu was at. I know Brian Battle got some submission wins. But I'm looking for Tresson Gore to fight this smart fight, keep it within his realm, go for the stuff takedowns whenever necessary, and work this way, man, to a decision. If not a decision, I'll probably ref stoppage TKO.
Yeah. I just love Tresson Gore here. So hopefully it just isn't my love for him. I'm usually pretty good when I look at talent when it comes to mixed martial arts. I really do believe that Charshawn Gore is the real deal. He should have been the true rightful champion of the Ultimate Fighter season finale. But God has other plans, and he's gonna prove it here for me this weekend. So let's fucking go, baby. The next fight of
Yes,
the night
sir.
is Smiling Sam Alvey's taking on Brendan motherfucking Allen on short notice, coming in here like a G. What do you say about this fight, B?
Yo, this fight is at light heavyweight. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Let me get into this real quick, man. We got Smiling Sam Alvey, 33, 16, and 1. We know this guy's been in the Ultimate Fight. Well, he's been in the UFC for a while, man. Representing Team Quest. This man's been in the UFC for like the longest. For the longest. And we know all the guys that have been in Team Quest, so he get all those good looks as far as skills go. 35 years old, 6'2" with the 75.5-inch reach, representing that Wisconsin. Been on a little rough. His career's been rough. His career's been rough. 6-fight losing streak. Lost to Wellington Turman by split decision. Julian Marquez submitted him in the second round last year. With rear naked. Ryan Spann beat him in a split decision, which could have kind of went either way. That fight was kind of messy. Shame on Ryan Spann. It was a messy fight. Clinton Abreu, unanimous decision loss. Jimmy Crute lost by TKO. That's how him and Margada got beef. And Nogueira, same thing. Him and Margada got beef. Stopped that with punches. Sam Alvey has wrestling, but doesn't wrestle much. He tends to nowadays throw a lot of awkward strikes, big punches, big haymakers, it's almost windmill overhands. Sometimes he does fight a little smart, throws the occasional leg kick here and there to
Dude,
set up the big right hand or
all right,
whatever.
B, have you seen the odds for this fucking fight?
I'm afraid.
Bro, dude,
I'm
who
afraid.
do you think's favored? I'm in shock.
Brendan Allen should be favored over Sam Alvey.
Was it -400? That's
For
a
who?
little hefty, bro.
-400 for who?
Brendan Allen.
Wow.
That's a little disrespectful, I just want to tell you.
Considering that's a late notice fight, though.
I know. So
Yeah, considering.
I'm just telling you so you can think about it for a second, because I could not fucking believe the number right now.
Damn, then now they got me second thinking that.
Sorry to throw the curveball, but like that's a -200, -220, 250's pushing it, bro. 400.
Yeah.
400
for a late notice guy.
When's the last time Alvey's been submitted? Hold on a second.
Yo, Brad, Sam Alvey hasn't been submitted in like.
I know.
Well, yeah, he got submitted by Marquez. But you know how hard that was back in like.
That's the missile.
But that fight was back in like what you call it? I think that was.
It's pretty rare though. What I'm getting at is it's pretty rare where Sam Alvey loses by submission.
Yeah.
Now Brendan Allen's best shot of winning this fight is by submission. So sorry.
And that was at 185. That was at 185 though.
Crazy.
This is 205. Alvey's not cutting weight.
I'm in shock, bro. I don't even want to bet anymore. I was done with betting, but this seems weird, bro. It seems weird, bro.
But he's fighting Brendan All-In Allen, man. 17-5-0.
I know.
26 years old, 6'2", with the 75-inch reach, man. Representing that Louisiana, Rufus sport. Mixed up a little bit with Sanford now, I think. He's training with Sanford as well. He grappled with Gabriel Checo, won that unanimous decision on that Fight Pass Invitational. We watched that joint. That joint was pretty good. Lost to Chris Curtis, we know that, last year with the punches and knees. Beat Punahele Soriano with unanimous decision. That was a damn good fight. Carl Roberson, he caught that man with a heel hook. Carl Roberson, you're ridiculous. But yeah, Roberson, Sean Strickland. But other than that, man, yeah, Carl Roberson, man, what the hell? Brendan Allen, has improved his striking, but more so, that man's jiu-jitsu is insanely good, man. His jiu-jitsu is pretty damn good. I like the way he's been striking a lot better, but damn, dude, for a light, this is a light heavyweight fight, and they said minus 400 on the betting odds, man.
Dude,
This
on a
fight's
light
gonna be
notice.
a lot rougher than we may be looking at it. You know what I mean? This is
Yeah,
not
bro.
gonna be no clear cut fight.
Dude, Allen wins
It's
by
205 now.
hey, so Sam Alvey wins by decision is plus 620.
Jesus Christ. This was supposed to be a 185 fight, but now it's a
I
205
know.
fight.
Ah,
Jesus
I'm gonna stay
Christ.
professional and not fire, but I'm gonna tell you guys, if you wanted to fire on Smiling Sam, if you fucking thought that it was off, like I think it's off, I see why you would bet 1 unit on the money line, possible 1 unit on the decision prop, because Sam Alvey, Smiling Sam, is so durable. This dude, he's only been submitted once in his last like 10 fights, and I just he doesn't get knocked out. Brendan Allen's not knocking him out. If Brendan Allen knocks him out, not if he has to knock him out standing, not on the ground, TKO, KO after like on the in a top position type thing. He has to be standing. If Brendan Allen knocks if Sam Alvey out, I'll shave my fucking head next week. You better believe I'll do that shit. But it ain't gonna happen. There's no fucking way, bro. So we talked about enough. I just feel like it's off. If you think it's off, I think that it's warranted that you fire it. If you're one of those dudes and you're having fun in Vegas, you want to throw down some money and just
Yeah.
have a good chance, there's a chance that the OG veteran that I talk about all the time that still has gas left in his tank, Sam Alvey, has not proven to me that he has no gas left in his tank. He's not chinny, and I think that there's a chance that he could possibly win that fight by decision, and just win it. Period. So plus 700, plus his money line, dude. Either one of them works out well. The next fight of the night is going to be a good one. Shavkat, one of the best names ever, Rachmanov versus Carlston
Yes.
Harris. Jump into it, B.
Yes, sir. This is a welterweight fight, man. And we got Shavkat Rakhmonov, man. 14-0. This man is undefeated out of Uzbekistan. 6-1 with a 77-inch reach.
Thank you,
Only
Hunter.
27 years old, riding a 10-fight win streak, man. This dude jumped into the UFC, and boy, this man is very, 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 very entertaining. No nonsense, super serious. So far his two fights here beat the tractor Michael Pizarris with the rear naked choke
The
in the second
tractor.
round. Yes, and beat Alex Oliveira easy with the guillotine choke in the first
Hey,
round,
B,
man.
B, I'm going to grab a drink, so make sure you just elaborate for like a minute, okay?
Okay, cool.
Sorry,
What's
bro.
up? All right, you gotta open this. Okay, I'll open it. Other than that, he was on his tear on M1 challenge. What? Oh shoot! Dropped my headphone. Yeah, he was on a tear between them KO, TKOs, and submissions. Man, the guy is nice. He has good footwork, good awareness, works behind his punches pretty solid. Uh, Offensively and defensively, he is really good. So far, I like his little feints here and there, his setups. Um, so far, he's really damn polished to me. Nice fight here though. Going up against Carlston Harris, representing Guyana. Yeah, yeah. Don't you have a bowl in the room?
Hey, B,
Well,
hey,
you
B,
got one.
is that where
Oh no,
you're
I got
from?
it. Yeah, yeah. That's where my
That's where your
folks from.
family's from. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mocambique,
Uh,
Carlston Harris, 17-4.
do you speak the
34
tribe? Do
years
you
old.
speak the tribal language at all? Or no?
Um,
You're
nah,
not.
it's like what they talk. If anything, they only speak what broken English.
Oh, is it okay?
There's a little bit of Dutch that they speak somewhat Dutch. There's a little bit of
Hey,
Dutch in there.
this shows you how
Um,
ignorant white. This how shows you how ignorant white people are, bro. I'm like, it's like, hey, bro, you speak the tribal language. I'm like, bro, I just want to know, bro.
yeah,
Sorry.
there's some people who speak Indian somewhat. and some people who
Ooh,
speak somewhat Dutch.
nice.
Um, we
You
have
did.
we have some we have Hispanic people that live on the island that live over there in Guyana. We have Asians that are there as well.
Okay,
So
cool.
yeah, it's very diverse. It's diverse, but it's dope though. And we have the Brazilians, of course.
Oh, okay. I just
We're
like to
right
learn.
there
I like to learn from
next to Brazil and Suriname. So we got a
sweet
little Portuguese in there too. Yeah,
all kinds of
but
mixture.
yeah, man, it's nice though. It's nice. I'll tell you
It's
that much.
crazy because I'm German and German's kind of Dutch or like German Dutch. It's pretty close in the sense So it's like
Yeah,
it's crazy to think of like I'm German, Mexican, and Native American from my mom's side, and so for you and I have a really close kind of a tribal sense of like our family. We're from an original tribe, kind of.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's cool. It's
I
cool.
definitely feel you on that one.
So I love to learn from like you're the first person I ever met personally that's from the family's from Guyana, which is super cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So so
Appreciate that.
sorry for the
No
history
problem.
lesson. It's a history lesson, folks. The white boy over here, Güero, doesn't know what he's doing.
But yeah, man, 6 foot tall, 76-inch reach, man. But he's out of Skeleton, Skeleton, Guyana, but fights out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Which is interesting, but dope. So far coming to the UFC, he beat Impa Kasanganai his last fight with that nasty hook to ground strikes after landing that crazy ass overhand. Christian Aguilera, he submitted that man with an anaconda choke. In UAE Warriors, he beat Segid Izag Izag Izagakmanev. Izagakmanev. There you go. With the Darce choke in the second round. Other than that, he beat Alex Santos, punches, TKO against Claudio Rocha. Hasn't lost since 2018. This is gonna be a fight between the super skilled and the super determined. I see it as in this fight goes, man. Shavkat is really more technical than Carlston Harris is, but Carlston Harris manages to find his shot. He knows when to land that big shot, when to get the finish, how to close the show. Um, me, I'm going in there with a partial bias because that's my fellow countryman, Carlston Harris.
Oh, my man,
But
Ted Hicks in the house. Haps OG
but
greatness. Sorry, B.
but I am very scared because the boy Rachmanov is very, very, very dangerous on his feet in all the facets more than Carlston is. But I'm going to go with my heart and my belief that Carlston Harris picks up the win. What's good, Ted?
Oh
Yeah.
man.
But
So yeah,
Shavkat Rachmanov is going to be your hardcore favorite in this one for sure.
yeah. So the odds. We'll start off right off the bat. -2. So what's crazy is Brendan motherfucking Allen is more of a favorite than Shavkat versus Harris. Brendan's on late notice, folks. I don't get it. It makes no sense. -240 on Bovada for Shavkat Rachmanov versus Carlson Harris at the plus 193 comeback.
Hold on,
Once
come right back.
again, this is a betting show. And if you guys don't understand betting or odds, if you're ever in Vegas and do want to throw down money and you happen to go down to the sports book over at the Win, the MGM, the Luxor, any one of the sports books that are there, if you happen to see a football team or a baseball team or a fighter that you like, and you don't quite know what you're doing. You see the plus 165. The plus number means that they're handicapped. It means that they're underdog. So you're going to make more money on the plus than you are the negative. It doesn't mean that the plus is going to win. It means that there's less of a chance that the plus is actually going to cash cent wise. So -265 is $265 that you got to put down to make 100. A plus 265 is $100 down at the Casino Vegas window will make you an extra 265. So you're going to end up winning 365 off your initial 100 bet on a plus 265. On a plus -265, you're going to have to throw $265 to win 100. So I just want to let you know, Shavkat Rakhmonov is a -240 favorite here. versus Carlson Harris plus 193 comeback for the underdog. This is a tough one. I actually like Shavkat. I bet him on his first fight, and I knew that he was going to be able to
Yeah.
get it done. He ended up getting a rear naked choke in round 2 versus the Tractor, which is super, super impressive. The Tractor is really good, but he's short and he has really bad cardio, and it was just a really weird matchup in the sense
Yeah.
versus Shavkat. Carlson Harris here, he last took on Impa. He was super explosive, won round 1. I didn't really get to see much of Carlson Harris there because he won so fast. Then he beat Christian Aguilera and a kind of choke round 1. You still don't get to see very much. And then before that, I look at the before his loss that he has about 5 fights ago. It was Brave CF 16. He lost strikes round 1 to a guy that we don't even know who the fuck he is. So you know what that
Yep.
means to me? Shavkat Rakhmonov is gonna whoop that trick. He's gonna spin kick. He's gonna roundhouse. He's gonna Street Fighter concessions Roches Hadouken and do the damn thing. I know, Matt. I hope that the fucking the New Guinea Savage could win, but dude, Shav, this is a bad matchup they put for Carlson Harris. I feel like this dude's gonna be able to showcase his striking. He's 6'1". Carlson is 6 foot. Carlson actually does his best work when he's the bigger guy. This is one of the rare times where I'm just like, man, bro, the other guy's a better striker, and he's just as big as you, if not bigger. So I'm going with
Right.
Shavkat. I hope he doesn't win for my boys' country's sake, but it is what it is. We're not betting on it,
Yeah.
and other than the love of your country, like I said, I hope that he can win for his family because these guys are really
Right.
selfless, like Francis Ngannou. A lot of the African natives, like they send money back to the country. They go back to the country, dig wells, they dig
Yeah.
trenches. They still go back and give love to their tribes, and I love people giving back. Just like I love my community at the Cope's Corner, and I need you guys to like and subscribe your boy on YouTube. These motherfuckers are hating. They said this fool's shitty. They can't do it. They can't make it unless they pay YouTube and Google all the money to make them famous. They're not gonna do it, but I can do it
Right.
with you, the community. So let's do it, baby. I'm going Shavkat. I think he beats
Nice.
Carlton Harris. The co-main event of the night is Puna Haley Soriano versus Nick Maximov. You want it first, B, or you want me to get it?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, Puna Haley Soriano. Puna. He's 8-1. He's 29 years old. He's 5'11 with a 72.5-inch reach. Fighting out of Hawaii, baby. Shout out to the 808. All the familia over there on the islands. We love all of our islanders, especially Hawaiians, Polynesian, New Zealand. Like I said, from Fokai. Shout out to FokaiStuff.com, baby. You know how we do. He fights at Extreme Couture, one of the best camps here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Man, they've been around for a long time, have a bunch of good training partners. He traveled over here because he has more training partners than they do in Hawaii, and Hawaii's kind of shut down. I have a lot of friends over there. Kendall the Spider Grove, former tough seasoned fighter. Rude Boy Troy Mandalones, tough season 6 veteran as my brother, like you see in the jersey in the background. So absolutely love the 808 brothers and all the Islanders. So last time Puna Haley took on Brendan Allen, he lost by unanimous decision. Brendan Allen was just able to just wrestle fuck him and be able to do what he needed to do to get the damn thing done, which I love. But then he beat Dusko Todorovic. He won by punches in round 1, and then Oscar Picota. He beat him left hook round 1. Oscar's a grappler, has no striking at all, at all, at all. So you see why that happened, man. So he's taking on Nick Maximov. He's the 209 native, former Diaz
Nice.
training partner, jiu-jitsu, striking, Nick Diaz Academy. Shout out Chico, California. You know how we do in Cali, baby. Fucking West Coast for life. Tupac Nation. 24-year-old Nick Maximov. Sorry, B. You know we love Biggie
No
Small.
problem.
We love our boy Biggie. Hey, if if Cali wasn't so good, then Biggie wouldn't have been singing "I'm going back to Cali, Cali." Is because that marijuana and them girls wearing no dress, no nothing at all because it's hot as fuck. And if New York was hot and had some sun and beaches, then there'd be naked girls over there, and then Biggie wouldn't have left. But it is what it is. Do we Hunter for Life 320 on Twitter? We really appreciate you being here, my dude. He says, "Do you guys parlay much?" I do not parlay much, Hunter, because of the fact that it's really not a good thing to get into.
Yeah.
I started out in my amateur career betting, parlaying. I ended up cashing some really good ones. I ended up cashing Nate Diaz and Holly Holm on the same ticket with my girl Amanda Early. We put $100 down. We won $2,200 when Nate Diaz and Holly Holm head kicked that trick, Ronda Rousey. It was actually just after my birthday, so parlays I do like. I'm not against them. It's just I like if you feel me talking with good energy, and I'm like, this motherfucker's gonna fuck him up. I see a clear path. Parlay those type of people, but do not parlay the type of people that everyone else is. You know, like there's a lot of people that just like they bet the favorites and they just throw them down or they follow the trend. I'm not that type of dude.
Yeah.
So parlays, you gotta realize that it's really cutting your odds at winning. You almost have a better chance that if you just hit the money line on two fighters or three fighters per se in the long run, if you're trying to win money. I like money lines, sometimes propped as we throw down. So I appreciate like the question, Hunter. So with this fight between Nick Puna Haley versus Soriano, Puna Haley's aggression is going to be a little bit of a detriment to me, in my opinion. I feel like that Nick has the chance to not only beat him on the ground, which is I think his best path, but he's not. He's got really decent boxing in the sense, but I think his best chances on the ground. I think that Puna Haley's aggression could lead himself there. So I'm gonna go with Nick Maximov. I love 209. I love the camp that he's with. We have it's an underdog too, so fuck, I love it. Plus 160 underdog Nick Maximov, Puna Haley 185. I love the Islander. I love the 808 Butters, but I just can't do it on that one. So you didn't do that one yet, right, B?
Nah.
Okay, jump into
Um.
it.
Damn. That's a good fight. I want to say this is tough. This is a tough one. Soriano has the takedown defense. He throws big punches, man. He can't keep it a little technical, but he likes to swing. He likes to swing leather, man. Bring heat. But I think if Maximov could weather the first round, he could get it done. Um, yeah, he got to weather some shots, avoid getting hit by those big blasts
He
out of Punahele,
he's gonna be scared as
and
fuck for a bit.
yeah, and manage to get those takedowns in, get the double or a strong single, and try to get that control, get that man into deep water, have that man drowning in the grappling, and he could get a freaking win here. Um, but as I said, rough first round for Maximov. He has to get through the first round to get this done. But I think Nick Maximov could get it done though.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And no bet here, but I think that Nick Maximov at the underdog money. I think he has a path to victory here. I think that the people are sleeping on him, but dude, Puna Haley is a tough brother, so it is what it is. The
Yeah.
main event of the night is Jack the Joker Hermanson is taking on Sean Strickland, the motherfucking savage psychopath. Sean Strickland, 24-3. He does not call himself Tarzan. I don't know why the fuck they call him that. It says Tarzan. He doesn't even like Tarzan. It sounds stupid as fuck. He should be called the psychopath. He should be called the fucking mass murderer. He should be called the guy that kills you in your sleep. He should be called Freddy fucking Krueger. He should be called a lot of other things than Tarzan. He doesn't swing from a fucking vine in a tree, okay? Like Jungle Book, you motherfuckers. He's 24-3. He's 30 years old. He's 6'1". He's 76-inch reach. He's on a 5-fight win streak. Fight out of Riverside, California. Shout out to Cali, baby. You know how we do on the West Coast. He's affiliated with my boy Herman Torado over at Game Red Training Facility down in San Diego. My brother's protege, one of the best black belts out of Barrett Submissions. Barrett Yoshida, the finisher, one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners ever. Black belted my boy Herman Torado and my bro. And then also Sean Strickland trains with them as well. This dude is a fucking savage. He goes down there and he throws motherfucking hands, as you see on video. Sometimes I even post and leak some of them inside footage. This dude is constantly trying to bang. He wants to die. He tests himself against the best. He is not like the rest of them. He is a fucking complete psychopath. He's so much like my brother War Machine that I cannot even stress it. War Machine and Sean Strickland, they're more brothers than me and my brother. I have no tattoos, and my brother has a million. My brother like Reebok, I like Nike. My brother like fucking Biggie, I was Tupac. You know how we do it, baby. My brother said he'd be the best. I proved him wrong. I'm better than him. You know, little brother for life. Jack Hermanson's gonna have his motherfucking hands full here. There's no fucking way standing. Jack Hermanson's gonna be able to handle 3 rounds, let alone 5, with my boy Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland's gonna walk him down every single motherfucking punch. He doesn't give a fuck what the Joker throws at him. Jack Hermanson is going to be in danger if he does not get this fight on the ground. Jack Hermanson is absolutely fucked. Strickland is going to whoop that trick. He's going to beat the absolute fucking piss out of this boy. He's going to show him how we do over here in the USA when motherfuckers come and play. You don't want to die today. Sean Strickland, they have him on Bovada at a negative 220 money line, plus 178 comeback for Jack Hermanson. Bro, I've already bet. I bet probably more than I'm gonna. I don't even fuck. Because I talk so much shit. I'm throwing down $220 on Sean Strickland. 2.2 units on my boy, one of the OGs, one of the toughest son of bitches I've ever seen in my life, and I'm 4 years younger than War Machine. He used to whoop my ass, and I didn't even want none of it. Sean Strickland is a motherfucker. He's no one to play with. If Jack Hermanson doesn't get a Hail Mary submission, he's fucked. And I tell you right now, Barrett submission, black belts aren't getting submissions on Sean Strickland. Jack Hermanson ain't fucking getting no submission on Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland gonna whoop that motherfucking ass. $220, 2.2 units, going down on the money line for Sean Strickland to show them motherfuckers how we do on the West Coast, savage style. What do you say, B?
Well, sir, you pretty much said everything I would have probably said. And then some.
I thought you were gonna say the opposite. Sorry.
No, you're absolutely right. I don't have faith in Jack Hermanson, man. A lot of people hyped up Jack. You know, Jack had these early wins, but now we're starting to see Jack's problem.
You know what I think about when you say Jack? I think about the Titanic and fucking Rose being Jack. Oh, Jack, don't leave me, Jack. Sorry, bro.
That's what it is. That's what it's kind of like. It's kind of like that. You know,
The Titanic. You're wishing upon a
he
star.
looked strong and he was wonderful, and we all liked it. And you know what I mean? We seen his presence, and we were like, oh, this guy's so awesome. And then his cardio is like Rose. And somewhere down the line, it just screws him. You know what I mean?
It's pale and white, and it stops in shock, bro.
Yeah, and then that man then he ends up drowned. He ends up drowned because he got nothing left to give, man.
And what is he gonna do, B, when Sean Strickland is in his face saying, "Motherfucker, that wasn't shit. Fucking hit me, motherfucker." What the fuck is he gonna do?
Exactly. If you thought what happened between Jack Hermanson and Marvin Vettori was bad, prepare to have your socks knocked off when freaking Sean Strickland jumps in there against Jack Hermanson.
100%.
Marvin Vettori managed to put on proper pressure on this dude and have this man crack a little bit within the rounds.
Yep.
Sean Strickland is moving forward for 5 rounds straight if he has to. There is no back down from Sean Strickland. He is going to go in. He's going to continue to throw. And he is going to beat up on that man, Jack Hermanson. Hermanson needs to either grapple heavy to get that takedown and get as much ground control as he possibly can, or he's getting worn to shreds on the stand-up, bro.
Yep.
I'm telling you that right now.
100%.
Sean Strickland is training like a madman. This man wants to train full contact with Francis Ngannou. This dude trains savagely with his training partners. We were watching on Sunday. This dude was doing 3-on-1 training sessions. Him versus 3 other guys.
Yep.
What the hell is going on here, man?
I fucking love it.
And it's like, yo, he is going to go to war. In his brain, every fight he's had recently is a title fight. That shit is scary, man.
Yeah, seriously. No, seriously,
It's
dude.
scary. It's
Yep.
scary. And I don't see Jack Hermanson keeping up the pace, the cardio to last 5 rounds face to face with him. I think Sean Strickland may break that man before we even get to a decision.
I believe so, bro. I just don't think that he's gonna be able to weather the storm that he's gonna bring because Sean Strickland is a motherfucker. Not only is his jiu-jitsu sick, and Jack Hermanson's gonna have to rely on his jiu-jitsu. And if you've ever done wrestling and jiu-jitsu like I have, and someone else is equal or better than you at jiu-jitsu, and they're a fucking psychopath, you're fucked, bro. So we're throwing down that 2.2 units on Sean Strickland, and that's the last bet of the night for Cope's Corner. I can't thank you guys all enough for tuning in. For me and Mr. B, the 54 of you plus here on Haps, and the rest of you here on YouTube. Hunter 4 Live 320 for commenting the whole show. Ted Hicks, my Copenhagen Farms, Mel B, all the people that have made the show possible. Thank you so much, Mr. B, for being here and making the show what it is. You want to shout out your Twitter handle before I end the show?
Sure, man. Catch me here. On Haps, Mr. B, the MMA guy. On Twitter is Mr. B at Mr. B 1986. Yeah, Jack has those tricky trips, but don't worry about those.
Yeah,
Sean's prepared for that.
seriously.
Sean's prepared for that.
This motherfucker's a savage, but Mr. B, I appreciate you being here, man. And as always, till next week, I'll hope to see you soon. Hopefully, we'll cash those bets, dude. So peace, my
Definitely,
dude.
man.
So everybody, I appreciate you guys tuning in here with me live and being a part of the show. I can't do this thing without you guys. And until next time, let's fucking go, baby.
Are you ready? Break it down. The generation is so thankful. We just got tired of doing what you told to do. That's a freak, boy. Yeah. That's a freak, little man. Break it down. Things are wrong tonight. Things are wrong tonight. You think you can tell me what to do? Know who you're talking to? You better get used to the way the law is. What you got? Inventions and ounces. Well, that's a break, boy. Yeah.